gaming and gambling crypto coins are really the future. And that's what we're seeing right now. Like, they're coming big into the market. What every content creator is talking about them. If you want more content like this, smash that like button. I'll keep you guys updated. But let's take a look at what exactly is going on in the crypto space right now.
On everyone.
So Financial Friend has made a lot of videos on that. He actually made some videos. They sponsored the channel, so I'm gonna look at his top favorite crypto picks. They get sponsored, so the thing is, he does make some very fair points here. BlackRock followed its term amendment for its spot BTF with ECC.
Companies are willing to play ball with the SEC to give them exactly what they want. We also...
So yeah, while exchanges were like, oh, first they were like, we don't need regulation. We don't care about regulation. Crypto exchanges are all about not being regulated in like 10 years ago. Now it's all about like, if you're not going to regulate it, just forget working with us, forget working in our country and losing all that money, all that revenue, or maybe even getting shut down.
Have news of Michael Saylor possibly talking to Jeff Bezos about Bitcoin over.
So yeah, that's the big thing. Jeff Bezos and Saylor talking about Bitcoin could be the massive bullish signal, or they could just be having like a big meeting in a sense. Like, I think both of that kind of works out really. So I think this is where like it's a question mark. Like, what scenario are we going to be seeing with this? I am not too sure, but could be either way. And I think this is where the excitement comes in, really, the uncertainty of what's going to happen in that sense.
For the weekend, I'll cover this more in a different video, so I don't want to cover it too much. But keep in mind, too, we have...
Fast Dali, more cuts could be appropriate if inflation falls faster. Now, we could be seeing more cuts, and cuts are actually good. So if we get cuts, means crypto is going to go back up in a long margin. And this is what really people wanted to see, like for crypto, just crypto slowly rising more and more and more. And it's exactly what we're seeing right now in a sense. Like, this is what we wanted to see.
Cryptos I think will do really well. And today we're going to go through them. These are 5 different cryptos that I've been buying or looking at over the last month and a half, maybe 2 months now. Some of them I've been aggressively adding. Now, I'm going to say right off the bat, I know some stuff that you don't, like just the stuff.
So that like kind of teases me. He knows some stuff that I don't, but I don't know what he knows. So I'm just going to have an open mind to it. Like, there is a lot of potential for the crypto markets to rise in the following few days. And that's what really keeps me on the edge in that sense.
Stuff that I hear behind the scenes in crypto is, I think, helpful for some of these things. But
so Financial Friend is saying he knows something that nobody knows, like in the crypto sense, that we are going to be seeing a massive price rally. Again, it could be positive, it could be negative. And I think this is where this uncertainty, it keeps people excited. It keeps people in the loop.
A lot of people can get access to some of this information by watching YouTube channels. I'm actually setting up something with other people to probably get you some access to know what we know, like for us to spill some.
So I guess, yeah, he's going to have like some sort of a paid group where he's going to tell that or leak some of it. But if you haven't checked out CDFI Fund, you're missing out. This is why nice. 6 incredible incubation projects. And I think Web3 gaming launchpads, like Web3 gaming is the big thing also because Alex Becker kind of revived it in a sense. Like, when he makes videos, he just has so much reach. He has so much value that the crypto coins he talks about just end up exploding. And I think this is where the big price pumps actually go on.
Is CDFI. If you haven't checked out CDFI, you're missing out, and this is why. They've just announced 6 incredible incubation projects to be launched in Q1 2024. The price of S Fund stayed strong and is steadily going up despite the dip this weekend. Now, I've talked about CDFI a lot, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but they are a launch pad for crypto games. They have announced 6 different games for Q1 2024. If you think about the applications of crypto, maybe you think about payments, maybe you think about CBDCs, maybe you think about self-sovereignty, maybe you think about gaming and the fact that you can actually own in-game assets. All they have to do is have one game.
The issue I have with NFTs right now is we don't really know where they're going to be in the long run. So right now they could be growing, but in the long run, nobody knows for sure. And I think this is where the real problem arises in that sense. So I'll keep you guys updated with that. Seems like there is a ton of potential still though for all these crypto chains to explode.
That hits mainstream, and CDeFi will explode. So CDeFi, if you want in on some of these different projects, if you want to get in on the launch pad, then you have to buy these CDeFi tokens. CDeFi is up 15%, 16% over the last one day. Everyone is freaking out.
15% is quite a massive number, and I think this is where the huge excitement comes in, like why people stay in crypto for such a long time. Like they want to see all these crypto projects grow in a sense, and that's where I'm really excited for crypto in a way. Like if we can see this massive price hikes in the following few days, like crypto could be seeing a massive bull run in the gaming section. It could be that Web3 gaming is going to be the biggest thing, but there's one thing that's really stopping all these games, like sports betting. I know stake and things like that. They do a lot of stuff, but I think there's another reason like that could really grow. But the biggest issue here is they're all tied to NFTs, which NFTs have been really crashing in the last few days. And this is where the huge problem arises. Like if you have the NFTs crashing, guess what? It's a problem. It's definitely a problem, and let's not deny it's not a problem. So that being said, does seem like just getting started with all the crypto stuff, all the bull runs, all the price hikes, all the rises, and this is where people are seriously like excited in a way for the levels of the rise.
Just available on PancakeSwap right now. Now, this is a partner of the channel, but I started talking about CDeFi. I looked at CDeFi because it was a partner of the channel.
So CDeFi is actually growing. They also have these Degen play every minute. So virtual gaming coins, pretty awesome. Like Polker, all these coins are growing. Could they become one of those biggest coins out there? Yeah, for sure. They could be like awesome coins, and that's where I think a lot of people will stay around in that sense. Like will actually focus on building a great product, and they've been doing this since 2020, and it's where they come in and they make those massive gain plays where we see those massive potentials in a crypto sense, like where crypto is gonna explode really. But if you guys want to be kept up more to date, smash that like button. I'll keep you guys updated with more news. Till next time, peace out. What's up, you guys? Let's talk about what exactly is going on with the crypto industry right now. Now, this is something that a lot of people haven't realized with SHIB, is people are starting to get slightly worried in a sense. They don't know where Shiba Inu is gonna like end at this point, but I do think Shiba Inu 1 million worth of SHIB will be burned, and Matthew Perry is actually starting to talk about this one.
Matt here. Let's talk about Shiba Inu in this video, and specifically we can talk about the ecosystem dev team. Now, I don't want to continue to bash anyone. I don't want to bash anybody, period. But when we in the community are pushing to kind of support these different things that the ecosystem dev teams are creating, or ecosystem dev team is creating, we want to see results. We want to see the things that are promised to us, actually.
That's true. Like if the Shiba Inu team says it's going to be a game changer, if it's going to be mind blowing, they need to actually deliver. And the issue with Shiba Inu team is they create a very high expectation for a lot of these projects. And that's where probably a lot of the issues arise. Like they say there's going to be a real game changer happening next month, and there is in the end no actual game changer happening. Like the game changer is a small partnership. And again, like the Shiba Inu team is trying, but with these high expectations, do realize that you get people hyped up, but you gotta actually say, like, for the last 3 years, they've been calling it a game changer, every single thing. The NFTs, and they are good projects. I'm not saying that they're not. The big difference here, however, is how far can it go? Like where, how, when, how when does it really stop? Like in that way, that's something I am interested in. Like, when does all this stuff actually stop? When will they develop the games they need to be? When will they focus on one thing? Because Shiba Inu has a ton of smaller projects, but it's still missing that crucial one big project. And I think this is where the issue seriously arises from in that sense. Like, where is SHIB right now to have like a real game changer in that sense? So that's something I am interested in. Like, is Shiba Inu gonna recover from that?
Come true. You know, when they're saying that they're going to burn, we want to support the projects that they have in place because we want to see these burns. When they say they're going to, create something to support Shiba Inu in a way of creating more purchases, more transactions.
That's true. They did make a promise, and this promise now is not out there. It's definitely not out there. And people did expect a lot more in that sense. They did expect a lot more Shiba Inu burns. All sorts of things, basically, that really changed SHIB that way. So I do think SHIB does have the potential to recover. I do think it has tons of possibilities to see another bull run rally. But what can Shiba Inu do that other projects have not done yet? Now, that is my question today. Like, how can Shiba Inu break the barrier?
More things that are happening, more hype around it. We want to see that come true. But in reality, the only thing that creates hype for anything is Shiba Inu creating hype for what they are doing. Not because of what they're doing. It's because of Shiba Inu that they are getting any type of hype. Understand this, that
exactly. So they're creating the hype, and people don't really create hype for SHIB. They're selling the SHIB, and they want the price to rise. That's their main concern.
Bone would be nowhere without Shiba Inu. Leash would be nowhere without Shiba Inu. Shiboshis wouldn't be a thing without Shiba Inu. Shibarium wouldn't be a thing, right? So all the things that they've built come from the Shiba Inu community. They are not the Shiba Inu community. We wanted them to be.
So exactly, the team, while they should focus also on the community more, because the community is the one that made them.
A part or a big part of that Shiba Inu community. However, they haven't really given us what we want to see from a team that could potentially be a leader, right? Even though we didn't want to see any type of leaders in the community, we wanted to kind of have this completely decentralized and without a central team. And it seems like this central team is really controlling the outcome of what happens with the burns. Understand that we put all of our eggs into one basket when it comes to burns. There were so many people that were like, yeah, we'll follow them. We'll make sure that anything that they say is a valid way to burn or the right way to do business or cares about Shiba Inu.
That's very much well said. That's the big problem I'm finding with SHIB right now. I think a lot of people need to realize that the big difference with SHIB is people haven't stayed around for 2 years, and now you need to get that community back.
They will support in the end. They will tell us, well, they told us all the time that people are scam artists, that people aren't transparent, and that they...
Yeah, so this is the worst case scenario. Turning against your community is a recipe for disaster. It always is.
They are the most transparent within the ecosystem. Well, they are not transparent. They've never been transparent. They hide a lot of information from a lot of people when they could be putting this out there and making it super popular for Shiba Inu, but I don't believe they want the popularity for Shiba Inu. So
I believe they just don't know. This project wasn't made to be a big top 10 project. Shiba Inu was never made to be a top even 1,000 project. It was made as a fun thing. Some people bought it fair launch, they got bored of it, and then it became popular again after Elon Musk said he's buying a SHIB. So in reality, Shiba Inu was never had the team designed, all these PR and VC backed firms. So basically venture capital backed firms, which have large money. They have teams from big top 500 SP 500 companies, and SHIB didn't really have that. So it was at a massive disadvantage from the start because it couldn't like handle the hype. It didn't have any actual products, and the products it developed, like, people didn't really think they were a game changer. Like, sure, like the coffee burns were awesome thing, but they weren't from the Shiba Inu team. They had like some community stuff, but they weren't a game changer. Like XRP has community stuff without anything else. And I think this is the problematic part in that sense. Like, this is where people got seriously frustrated. But I'll keep you guys more on tuned in that.
In this video, let's talk about SHIB. Let's talk about the transparency. Let's talk about the $1 million worth of SHIB that could be burned off and why it won't be burned off and hasn't been burned off kind of any time soon. We may see partials of it, but that's only if we force or twist their arm, right? So guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell for more.
So this is, he's kind of saying like, oh, if you twist your arm, then we're going to be like giving you the actual cash. And I find that kind of funny, if you ask me. Like, it's the Shiba Inu really trusted, the Shiba Inu community really trusted the Shiba Inu team, and it's been 3 years since SHIB launched, and we're at this point. Time flies fast. Like, time flies really fast, and that's what Matthew Perry is frustrated about.
More of these videos. Also, make sure you check out any of the links that are down below. It does help out the channel. And if you guys want to start trading on Margex, feel free to use my link down below. You can trade up to 100x leverage. So if you have $100, you can learn the process of trading what works best for you by trading $100 here, $100 there, or $10 here, $10 there, to understand what you are doing and to try and benefit from the overall situation by trading on leverage, right? You have $100 for this.
So this is like something that was in development like 3 years ago, still is today. Like, cracks all the burns. And look at these burns. They're absolutely nothing. They're like, I don't want to say it, 8 billion is a lot, but other than that, nobody's really doing these massive burn rates. There's been burned 2.6 million of SHIB, and this is actually nothing in today's standards, sadly. Like, it's not enough for people to take notice. And I think this is where the huge problem arises in that sense. Like, it's not that much of a game changer, again, and it's problematic.
So they burn quite a bit, a total of like 16 billion, which is catching up to what the community overall has done. They should have been way past us at this point with all of the different money that we had.
Yeah, exactly. So they had probably 20 million flowing in. They had Shiba Swap, all this money for the burns. Yeah, they could have made a ton of money and still made burns a possibility, but they did not. They did not focus on that, and that's the problem.
Low into their ecosystem projects, they should have been way past us in the form of burns. However, these are the first 2 burns that they have done. They've done no other burns besides these 2 burns. Understand that it's been 2-3 years that we've been going through this whole situation. Caring about.
So it's like a repeating story. It's like a comedy show, you know. This time it's going to be different. This time we're going to have a massive burn reveal. And I bet in December there's not going to be a massive burn reveal. And people will be even more frustrated in that sense. Oh, it's like a TV show. Today we're going to have to change it up, and we're going to go to the park, and then like they stay inside the apartment all the time and they never really do anything. And that's the big problem Matthew Perry has. And he has a fair point.
Inu and the growth and what can be built there and what they're building. We've spent how many years trying to support what they're doing in hopes that they're going to support Shiba Inu and burn Shiba Inu. These are the first 2 burns that they've done in a matter of 3 years. It goes to show like what they truly care about. Now, recently, as we see this 8.6 billion coin burn and the 8.2 billion coin burn, we still have about $1 million, I believe, sitting in there. If we go to the SHIB,
$1 million. So they still have to burn $1 million that they still haven't addressed it. So they have to burn about 1 million SHIB. And I think the biggest problem that will take a hit is actually like it's other tokens. Like, the other tokens will definitely take a huge hit in that sense. And that's what I'm kind of worried about for Shiba Inu.
That we would see, first we would see it burned off, then we would see it end up being burned off the 14th, 15th and 16th. It got to that point, nothing was burned. Then it got to the 17th to where they did the $90,000 worth of bone that was burned. And they could have came out and said, hey, you know what? Bone would collapse in price. We don't want to have to do this. We're going to do this on a green day, right? This is the...
So the biggest like issue, the biggest problem is bone is taking probably the biggest hit out of all these. It's like the one that gets the end of the stick. Like, so bone is going to be taking the biggest hit out of all of them.
Schedule that we have. Whenever we have the next good day for bone, we will take some out. We will start to pull some out so that we can, end up trading that for Shiba Inu and burning off Shiba Inu. That's kind of the process, right? You have to sell your bone in order to buy Shiba Inu and burn it. Well, there's only 228 million bone that's in circulation. So if you're going to sell 1.4 million bone, that's a large amount of that overall supply. So I understand they're
probably going to be selling all of the all of the bone supply to cover this transaction fees, and I think that's where the problem comes in. Like, bone's the biggest problem maker in a sense. Like, they're the ones that are gonna have the problematic stuff in reality. So that being said, does seem like there is gonna be more of crypto content for you guys. I'm gonna keep you guys updated. So until next time, peace everyone. So just a quick announcement with SHIB burns. There's a ton of crypto content out there, and we don't always have to talk about Shiba Inu. But now we do. We kind of do, because the people really deserve a Shiba Inu burn. And Matthew Perry makes a very fair point on this. What's happening, everyone? If you want more content, be sure to smash that like button, and I'll keep you guys updated.
Or sell that. Now, if it was in a stable coin, it's a different story. They can sell whatever they're going to sell, but they also would probably, do something like pocket some of the money, because that's what...
Exactly. So they are going to probably sell the whole bone supply to actually burn the SHIB, which is... Bone is the one that's going to take the biggest hit, like the bone holders. That's the market that they're going to sell from, like sell all that SHIB and going to lose that money, because bone is a very small market. And they're going to be burning tons of bone. As far as I understand. If you haven't already, smash that like button. Maybe press that subscribe button as well. Thank you so much. They're going to take the biggest hit, and I'm honestly very, very afraid for bone right now. I would be, if I understand correctly. But Matthew Perry makes a very fair point here. Like, what's going on with SHIB? Like, there's no burns. There's been 3 years of no burns. Shiba Inu deserves burns, and the developers are saying it's not helping the price that much. I think I think they have a fair point. So I understand what they're thinking. They're saying, okay, Shiba Inu's price is not, Shiba Inu, like burning $5,000, putting in the address is not gonna help the market at all. But that's not true. It's like a marketing thing in a way. So the thing here is it's really like a ploy. It's like a plot, sorry. And I am thinking that Shiba Inu burns will not be a huge game changer. They will not change Shiba Inu forever. But the big difference here is Shiba Inu doesn't have to be like the main winner. It can just do like $5,000 burns, and people will pick up and go for the marketing, go because of the marketing. And I think that's what's really exciting here in a way.
It was because of SHIB burn. So shout out to SHIBburn.com. If you guys want to go and check them out, they have all the different information. They have the Shibarium tracker and everything there. Feel free to go and follow them on Twitter as well. Because of them, we had that information, and because of Claybro, people like Claybro, we were able to...
Claybro was very, like, as a YouTuber that was very local in a sense. Like, he was very local about Shiba Inu right now. Like, that's the thing. He just talked a lot about SHIB.
To do so much, or actually kind of get a visual of what that is and why that's a problem, right? That they haven't done anything. So with all of that, they ended up burning off the 75,000. And then we twisted their arm again, as they basically said they were going to burn the 14th, 15th, and 16th, and they didn't do it. We're still pressuring them. And because we pressured them, they now give a response. And then they also ban people that are asking about the burns, when it's it's valid, right? You said you're going to burn, so what's happening to the burn? We care about Shiba Inu. Some people just don't care.
Yeah, people care about the burns. They don't care that much as the price going up. But if there's burns and the whales like with $1 million see this and they buy an extra 200K, it doesn't care if the 5K was burned. It's a completely different mindset they're having. This is where I think the big problem comes in. Like they think the burns actually suck. They're gonna do nothing. No, that's not true. Like there is a ton of potential with these burns, and that's where I think the Shiba Inu team is mistaken in a sense. That's where I think the Shiba Inu team really has no clue of the impact the Shiba Inu burns have. But I'll keep you guys updated with more on that pretty much soon, because I think it's a very, very large topic on that. So yeah, let's check this out.
About your projects. So honestly, we just need transparency. We haven't had that transparency in 3 years. We've never had that transparency. Every time we ask a question, they ban people. I'm banned from the Discord group.
That's actually kind of sucks because he's a content creator, so of course he's going to be very vocal. He's doing Shiba Inu as a full-time job, so of course they're going to be asking Shiba Inu developers what's going on with SHIB. I think that's the big problem. Like, the Shiba Inu developers need to realize, like, SHIB, it's potentially like gonna realize that maybe banning the YouTubers, content creators, I guess it's not the Shiba Inu team's fault. I guess it could be one of the not the developers, but one of the helpers there. Banning the Shiba Inu team, it could be a massive, massive problem for like their PR.
I'm banned from, like, I can't even see anything that Lucy says.
Okay, so it's one of the devs that banned them.
That's how things go. When you start asking questions that lead to answers that maybe they just don't want to answer for some reason, when they should answer those things, you get banned, you get blocked. That's just how that goes. It shouldn't be how it goes, but that's how it goes.
So yeah, Matthew Perry is of course frustrated.
Well, we just need
he tries to help and gets banned instead. So kind of sucks for him though. Like, but still, I think there's like potential to see like Shiba Inu rise price hikes anyway. But let's keep tuned.
Transparency. But we still have $1 million, over $1 million worth of SHIB that needs to be burned. So what's the process? I believe that from what I understand, the process is going to be when we see some green days, some relatively green days, we're going to see the burns that happen, or a burn that happens. So it's like, if you start investing into bone, then we'll burn it off. If you don't invest in the bone, we won't burn it off. It's kind of like giving you like some sort of ultimatum or something. I don't know. But it's just confusing. Like, I understand how it would impact bone, but you need to slowly but surely take that out and put it into like a stable coin or something. And maybe you don't want to do it in multiple transactions because, you know, you'll pay multiple fees for it when you want to just...
Exactly. Like, bone is going to be the biggest hitter here. Like, he makes a very fair point. And when content creators are banned from the Discord group, like, they can make videos for other content also. It's not just SHIB. Maybe they care about the community. And there's like ton of money to be made for content creators on YouTube. That's where I think the real problem comes in. Like, I do think, like, genuinely think that Shiba Inu content creators, they could be just focusing on other things. And a lot of Shiba Inu content creators have quit since 2021. And Matthew Perry, you can see he's very tired here. He's on the verge of leaving because he's trying to help. He's genuinely a nice person. He's trying to help. He did the same thing with Terra Luna Classic burns. So I watched his video channel for about 3 years now. He did the literal same thing for about, you know, Terra Luna Classic, and we're just not seeing that same effect. And I think this is where the problem arises. But I'll keep you guys updated with more news on that. If you guys want, smash that like. Peace, everyone.